This is SECCA Round 6 at Miller Creek in Pontotoc, Mississippi. I'm lined up with 12 of my friends in the C40 Plus class, and we're ready to get the race started. I got the whole shot. Things are starting great. I'm first into the woods with Jake Kilgore and Jamie Marsh right on my tail. Miller Creek is always a great place to race, and the conditions couldn't be better today. We've got clear skies and highs in the mid-70s for the day and no chance of rain. This area got some rain a few days ago, so the dirt in the woods is perfect. Miller Creek is always a good course. It's got a mix of single track and open trails, and there's always plenty of places to pass. There's also a few gnarly uphills and one nasty downhill. We've been on the course for a couple of minutes and we're coming up on some slower traffic. I'm trying to get around this guy. I hit a rock or something that threw my front tire and Jake gets around me. I'm in second place now and I need to catch Jake. We're about to get to this giant downhill, but first I'm going to cut to some video from my friend Garrett Davis. Garrett's on the C30 Plus row in front of me, and he came through this area about 30 seconds ahead of us. Now this hill is the biggest downhill I've seen in a hare scramble. It doesn't show up on video very well, but it's extremely steep with a near vertical part about halfway down. And you can see some guys are stopped at the top, and take note of the guy standing beside his KTM. Surely he's not going to try to walk his bike down this hill. Okay, back to my camera. Now I'm coming up on the hill and that's Jake in front of me. So I'm going to let this play out here and then we'll come back and have some analysis. So let's review this again. There's a guy trying to walk his bike down the hill. He falls down, his bike takes out Jake's back tire. I've already crested the top of the hill, so I can't stop. I thought about trying to lay it down, but I figured I'd get run over by the guy behind me, so I tried to shoot the gap between that front wheel and the tree. I was dazed at this point, and I didn't even see Jake laying there until I watched the video. But by the time I get back up to my bike, he's right behind me.
Right, man? I think so. I think so too.
He asked if I was okay, and he said he thought he was okay. He wasn't. But he was back on his bike and gone before me. You can't really see it in my video, but Jamie Marsh was behind me and he also crashed. I think I ended up being the lucky one out of the bunch because both Jake and Jamie both have some pretty serious injuries.
Did you get all that on camera?
That's Dylan Davis, and here's the video he took. It doesn't really capture the whole thing and is kind of shaky, but some of the video he took does kind of give you a better perspective to understand how steep this hill is.
Oh my God! There we go. Yeah. Woo! You got it! Woo! Oh shoot! Oh! Yeah. Are you good?
Now, it's not my intent to call anyone out here, but I've done several videos to help people who are new to hare scramble racing, and a lot of people who are thinking about racing watch my videos. So this is a good opportunity to point out some do's and don'ts when you encounter an obstacle like this in a hare scramble. First, it's nearly impossible to walk a 200-pound dirt bike down a near vertical hill. You're just going to end up sliding down the hill. If you encounter a downhill like this, the best approach is to stand up with your weight as far back as possible and look ahead, way ahead at the bottom of the hill. As long as there's enough run out at the bottom, you're better off riding the bike. However, you're responsible for determining your best approach to an obstacle based on your abilities. So if you're going to try to walk your bike down the hill like this, that's entirely up to you, and that's okay. But you have to get off the main race line to do it. It's extremely dangerous for you and those around you if you're in the main line of the race course. The same applies in uphill situations where maybe you got halfway and didn't make it. If you have to go back down, go down off to the side of the main line. There are exceptions to everything, and you may not always have an option to take another line, but in this situation there were areas to either side of the course to do this. Riding and racing dirt bikes is dangerous, simple as that. We all accept the risk when we participate, but there are things we can do to avoid creating unnecessarily dangerous situations for ourselves and those around us. After I escaped that incident without serious injury, I felt like I'd used up all my luck for the day, so I rode very conservatively for the rest of the race. Somehow I finished the first lap in 3rd place. I dropped to 4th in lap 2, and then dropped to 5th in lap 4, and finished my 5th lap in 5th place. I think I had the potential to podium in this race, but I ended up with 5th, and I came out in one piece, so I consider that a win of sorts. I dropped to 4th place in points. My 2 lowest scores have been dropped as we get toward the end of the season. I've got some work to do in the last 3 races. My next race will be in Meridian, Mississippi at SECCA Round 7, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss those videos, and hit that like button if you like the race recap videos. Thanks for watching.